In this video, we will create ExpressRoute circuit and understand various configuration options. But before doing that, let's understand this particular architecture. In this particular architecture, we got a customer network, which is basically the customer data center. Then we got the partner edge in between. Customer data center is connected to the partner edge, and then in between we got a ExpressRoute circuit. And in this particular demo, this is what we are going to create. This circuit then can be connected to the Microsoft Edge. This is the Microsoft peering, which is connected to the Microsoft SaaS services, and this is to the Azure private networks. Okay, but in this particular demo, this is the thing that we're going to create. Nothing more than that, and then we will do rest of the other things one by one. All right, so let's get on the portal. I am on the portal. Let's go ahead and create the resource group first. So let's call this particular resource group. Let me click on the resource group. Let's call this resource group something like this, and let's place this resource group in Australia East. Review and create validation pass. Let's create this resource group. All right, now we can search here ExpressRoute, and that's the one, ExpressRoute circuits. We are going to create demo. So click on the create ExpressRoute circuit and select the subscription, select the resource group that we created. And this is one of the things you need to understand when you think about creating the ExpressRoute circuit. Now, the default option selected is maximum resiliency. And what does it mean? This is that particular, the setup you can do when you select this particular option. But when you select this, you see, it is reduced to some extent. And when you select the standard, again, it is reduced to some extent actually. So this is a good thing that Microsoft started doing. It provides a lot more clarity to the user when they think, creating the ExpressRoute circuit. If you are an enterprise, you need that redundancy, maximum resiliency. This is the design pattern that you will use. But in our case, this is a demo. So we will just put a focus on standard resiliency model. And in the standard resiliency, you can have two links to your ExpressRoute circuit. Again, these links, it's coming automatically as part of the service when you choose the partner and basically connect this particular ExpressRoute circuit with the partner, right? You don't need to do that. It's just basically part of the service. You just need to understand that this is what you get by default, right? Let's choose the region. We choose as Australia East, and let's name this circuit something like that. My CI or CUIT, my circuit, something. You can be fancy as much as you want actually naming the circuit name. And then we select the port type. Port type, there are two, provider and direct. We just putting a focus on provider. And we select the location. Now in my case, I will just try to pick up something within Australia. Let me select the Sydney, and the provider in this particular case, we're going to select Equinix. All right, and you can choose bandwidth depending on your usage. Let's think about using 50 Mbps in this demo, but this is just about the bandwidth, how much pipe you want to put from your on-premise network to the cloud, right? And this is the important part. You got a 3 different type of SKUs, and what does it mean? When you select the local, it means that you can access 1 or 2 Azure regions in the same metro as your circuit. And when you select standard, you can access all Azure region in the same geographical region. And when you select premium, it means that almost like all region. That's the difference. And if you just thinking utilizing ExpressRoute in one specific region, then you can go with local. It can reduce the cost as well. So it's very important to understand, to maintain the cost efficiency in your solution. So that is what the SKU provide. In our case, it is not something, it's grayed out. It's not basically enabled for us. Maybe because we chose a kind of resiliency model. Yeah, there you go. If you choose a resiliency model as high resiliency, only that time you would be in a position to select the local, right? Otherwise you don't get that option actually. Just basically one region, that's what you can think of, nothing more than that. And again, whatever the bandwidth that you select, the bandwidth is for the egress only, right? Ingress is always free within Azure, right? So it is only applicable to the egress. Let's choose the location once again because it is not there. So let me go ahead and select Sydney, and we choose Equinix. That's what we said, and we choose this 50 Mbps. Metered means what, based on your consumption, you would be charged. Unlimited means matter how much you basically sending within the cloud. Now some organization need unlimited because they do a lot of backup in the cloud, and you just want to make sure that you're not restricted with some kind of limitations, right? That is the consideration in this particular case. Otherwise, if you're not backing up a lot of things to the Azure, most of the time I think you would be fine with metered option actually. So that is one of the kind of like a design consideration when you think about implementing the ExpressRoute circuit. We don't have any other thing, it's just a stack, and we go ahead and create this particular ExpressRoute circuit, right? So let me create this ExpressRoute circuit, and once it is in place, we will see what options that we see there. It took hardly 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that. Our circuit is ready. Let's go to the resource, and you can see that initiate the provisioning process with your service provider. That is the message that we're getting, right? And you got Azure private, Azure public, and Microsoft appearing as not provision. All right, now to provision these things, we have to get on the our provider, which is called Equinix, and that is what we will do in the next video.